Every one of us are here because somebody gave their life making it possible for us to be here. And yet we have never done anything to pay tribute to the families of those individuals who suffered a loved one so we could be free. My personal goal is to have one in every community that is willing to do it. 6 communities that already have them. We have one in Valley Forge, Tampa, Florida, Fairfield, Ohio, Lafayette, Indiana, 2 in West Virginia. Kentucky is doing one in Ashland, just a little ways, 40 miles from us here. They're doing one at Lexington, Kentucky for the Veterans Park there. They're doing one at Elizabethtown, which is just across the road from Fort Knox. They are constantly growing in numbers, and more communities are becoming interested. Well, it isn't just mothers and fathers who grieve when one is lost. What about the widow, and what about the children of those who are married? And what about the sisters and brothers and cousins and uncles and aunts? Families all grieve.
A 57-year member of the American Legion, our next speaker is the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient from the Battle of Iwo Jima, risking his life beyond the call of duty as a demolition sergeant with the 1st Battalion, 21st Marines, 3rd Marine Division. Corporal Hershel W. Williams advanced alone with a 70-pound flamethrower to eliminate enemy machine gun fire on February the 23rd, 1945. Covered only by 4 riflemen, Corporal Williams returned repeatedly to his own lines to prepare demolition charges and obtain serviced flamethrowers. He fought off enemy bayonets and riflemen, wiping out one position after another. He fought through the remainder of the 5-week-long battle and was wounded on March 6, 1945. In addition to the Medal of Honor, he was awarded a Purple Heart for his actions at Iwo Jima. He later retired as a Chief Warrant Officer 4 in the Marine Corps Reserve, and also served as chaplain of the Congressional Medal of Honor Society for 35 years. I've also found out today that one of his proudest accomplishments is his continued service to his own church as he continues to be a Sunday school teacher in his home church. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a true American hero, Hershel Woody Williams.
Thank you very much. Mr. Commander.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
Would you please present yourself before me? On behalf of my fellow Medal of Honor recipients, it is my extreme pleasure to present to you this book containing photos and stories of some of the most famous people in the world, my fellow recipients. Thank you. Before I start, I want to say that I'm a charter member of the American Legion. Now, you didn't think I was that old, did you? But we have an American Legion post in Barboursville, West Virginia, 177, and I happen to be a charter member of that post, so I am a charter member. Second thing I want to do, I know we have a lot of national commanders here, people who have been commander of this great organization over the years, but we have one someplace in this audience by the name of Miles Epling, a Marine in Vietnam. So, hello, Miles. They told me I had 15 minutes. I'm going to use every bit of it. I'm very thankful for this opportunity to come and share my thoughts and to be among my fellow Americans who have such great value in our country. General Dunford, I think, has had to leave, but one of his Marine brothers tells the story that he, as Commandant of the Marine Corps, would always enjoy going down to Quantico and speak to the Marine candidate officers who eventually are going to lead Marines into battle. And because of his devout interest, sometimes he would get lost in his talk and talk longer than he should. I promise I won't do that. But General Jim Jones said that he went down there one day and it was a large group of candidates. So he did talk longer than he should because of his enthusiasm. And he was just about finished, but one of the candidates got up and started to walk out of the hall. Well, you don't walk out on the Commandant of the Marine Corps. So he said to the candidate, "Candidate, where are you going?" He snapped to attention and said, "Sir, I'm going to get a haircut." He says, "Why didn't you get that haircut before this meeting?" He said, "Sir, I didn't need it then." Members of this great organization, the women that keep us straight and order us around, members of the military, and all of those families, many of them in this group, who gave a loved one so you and I could be free. What an honor it is to be able to speak of that and to be a part of this group. For many, this will be a day of remembrance. Some of our youth, by their awards today, their life changed. They will not be the same person they were before they arrived. And because of those who lost a loved one protecting our country and protecting us, those who died in combat or in any other way gave their life in the armed forces of this great country, for them, the war never ceases. The war is never over. And yet there is great thanksgiving because we have people who love their country so much, want to protect their family and their values, that they're willing to go to battle and, if necessary, sacrifice their life. In a little community of Institute, West Virginia, you can drive through and never even see it. But in that little community, the very first
Gold Star Family Memorial Monument was dedicated on October the 2nd, 2013, to honor those loved ones. Particularly, we thought, in West Virginia, because on a Veterans Memorial on our Capitol grounds, there are 11,000 names inscribed in that memorial. 11,000 West Virginians who gave their life for America. And the requirement to be on the memorial, based on the legislation, was that they had to die at the hands of the enemy. Death in any other way did not qualify. So the families of so many thousands in West Virginia had never been recognized. And this memorial in a state veterans cemetery did that for the first time. Donald C. Kennard was a most unusual individual in our community, but his history is all over, in many communities. But Donald C. Kennard, the cemetery, has his name on it. And he was just an old country boy, born away out in the country. But he had a value of his freedom and his American heritage that he valued almost as much as his life. He served 7 tours in Vietnam. He was a SEAL, SEAL 2. He received 7 Purple Hearts. He received the Navy Cross, the Bronze Star with a V. And yet after he came home, he didn't feel that he had completely done his part. And how true that is of so many members of the American Legion. So he continued to devote his energy and his loyalty to make West Virginia and the lives of veterans and their families better. Don and I were talking one day, and I didn't know that he had 7 Purple Hearts. But he mentioned it in our conversation, and I said, "Where'd you get hit?" "Oh," he said, "a piece of shrapnel here, and another one there, and another one someplace else." And I said, "Well, Don, it looks to me like after 5 times you would have known how to duck." Today, we're not only thinking of those who sacrificed their lives for us, even they sacrificed for people they didn't even know. But we also pay tribute to those by their action and sacrifice, because there are others every day, not only in our military, but those in our community. Some of them, our relatives, place their life on the line every day. So many of us take for granted those things that are everyday occurrences. And maybe it's because they are part of our family or part of our community, or we know them and we speak to them on the street. But they do that not knowing when they get up of a morning and go to their job in the fire department or in the law enforcement, that they're going to get back home that night. Every time a fire truck leaves the station, every time that dispatcher answers the call for help by a law enforcement officer, their lives go on the line. I have said to many of them, I believe and feel that you are under more stress than I was when I was facing the Japanese. I knew my life was on the line, and I knew there was somebody out there that wanted to kill me. But I also knew what I was facing. But that's not true with them. They have no idea when they jump in that cruiser and head to answer that call, or they jump on that fire truck and speed to a burning home. They have no idea what they're going to face. So they put their life on the line every day for you and me. Could we take just a moment, center our thoughts, and then give them a round of applause and thanks for their service? Could we do that? They, as we who enter the military, when we take that oath, it means something. They are saying, as we did, for my freedom, for the privilege of being an American, for the privilege of serving, I commit myself to do my duty. It may require my life, but these gifts in the greatest country on earth are that important to me. The Gold Star family monuments that are being erected and dedicated all over America, California to New York to Georgia to Florida to Texas, Tennessee, you name it. Ohio will have 4 before the end of this year. In various cities of this state. And they are saying to the families of those who sacrificed a loved one in the armed forces, we honor your sacrifice, and we will not forget. Future generations who are going to look upon these memorials, I hope they realize they are free because of the sacrifice of others. We have a foundation. This is kind of a commercial, if you will. We have a foundation, and communities are getting involved in that foundation all over the country. And by the way, we do have a booth next door, in case you're interested. But the foundation has a goal that we set when we formed it, that we would have at least one of these memorials in every state in this union, because every state have given loved ones for all of us. In West Virginia, we have a motto, and we proudly say it very often. Mountaineers are always free. I'd like to suggest the motto for America. We all want peace. Peace in our country and peace in our souls. So my suggestion is peace we seek. Peace we will keep. Thank you very much.
Woody, on behalf of the American Legion, I will tell you the message that you just gave. I can understand why you teach Sunday school. You have the peace in your soul, and may the peace be with you. For the rest of your life, I'd like to give you one of my National Commander coins on behalf of the American Legion of our 4 pillars.
Thank you.
When you go to those Legion functions and when you go out in the community, I'd like to give you a diamond lapel pin for your honor, your service, and your example of what it means to be an American Legion member. And most of all, when you look at the medallion, very clearly the words "for God and country" are listed. And if there was ever a man that represents for God and country, certainly you are that man. God bless you.
Thank you.